Continue on taking a look at some problems that have fractions and decimals. So before we can go ahead and start working with these fractions and decimals, I am going to go ahead and distribute this 6 to both terms. So we have 6 times 1/16, and I'm going to first rewrite 3/8 f plus 1/2 equal to 6 times 1/16, which, if I do my work over here, if you recall, put that over 1. 6 and 16 have a common factor of 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So that gives me 3/8 f minus 6 times 3, which is 18. Now I realize that in our lesson from Learning Target 9, Day 3, dealing with having multi-step equations with fractions and decimals, we talked about clearing the denominator. However, if you notice here, we've got a 3/8 f and a 3/8 f, so that works pretty nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 3/8 f from both sides, which results in these canceling, leaving me with positive 1/2, and these canceling, leaving me with negative 18. However, 1/2 does not equal negative 18, so once again, this is no solution. So that went pretty slick. So let's move on to the next example, which is 2 5/10 times the quantity 2w plus 5 equal to 5 times the quantity 5w plus 2 5/10. And I realized that a couple of days ago we asked you to go ahead and change those to mixed numbers and fractions. However, today we are going to stick with just multiplying it out, because more than likely they'll either cancel each other out or they'll work out nicely that we don't have to worry about having fractions. So 2.5 times 2, if I double $2.50, I get $5. So I have 5w, and then I've got 5 times 2.5, so I'm going to take my 2.5 times 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 0.5 is 2.5, because if 2.5 doubled is 5, then half of 5 is 2.5. 10 plus 2.5 is 12.5. And then on the other side, 5 times w is 5w, and 5 times 2.5 we just did is 12.5. So then you should be noticing a pattern here, which we'll talk about in just a second. But I'm going to subtract 5w from both sides to get my variable terms on both sides. 5w minus 5w cancels, leaving me with 12.5. And 5w minus 5w cancels, leaving me once again with 12.5. Now, because this forms a true statement, this means that there are many solutions. Now, one thing that you should have noticed is that once we did our distributive property, we ended up with 5w plus 12.5 on both the left and the right. If you notice that and would like to jump right to the fact that there are many solutions, I am okay with that. Now, one thing some of you might be noticing and wondering is, we've seen a couple examples that have many solutions and a couple that have no solutions. What about if they have one solution? The reason why we didn't cover that is because you've actually been working with ones that have only one solution for the last several days. Those are the ones that when you solve it, if this had come out to be w, say, equals 3, then that is where it has one solution, because w can only equal 3. Whereas if we take this problem right now and we look at this and say, well, if it has many solutions, then that means that I can put in any number I want. So I'm going to go ahead and take 2.5, and I'm going to put in, for w, I'm going to put in 1. So 2 times 1 plus 5 equal to 5 times 1 plus 2.5. And on this side, I'm going to get 2.5 times 2 times 1, which is 2 plus 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. 2.5 times 7. And if I take 2.5 times 7, 7 times 2 is 14. Half of 7 is 3.5. I get 17.5. And on the other side, I get 5 times 3.5, which if I take 5 times 3.5 and multiply 5 times 3 to get 15, half of 5 is 2.5. I add those two together, 15 plus 2.5 is equal to 17.5, which shows that yes, 1 is a solution. I could also try many other ones and should get the same value. So now, the last step is for you to try this. We have 6.8 minus 4.2c equal to 5.6c minus 3, and negative 2 times the quantity j minus 3 equal to negative 2j plus 6. I want you to go ahead and try these on your own. Bring them to class on Monday. We'll have bring these to class tomorrow on Friday, and we'll have an opportunity to answer questions that you have. And also, last but not least, do not forget your summary.